It's going down. Doing all the testing first. Don't know when you can hear me. Let's get rid of that. Okay, looks like testing. Sound cool. Sorry, just testing everything up, and yes, here we go. Well, let's keep that up so I can actually see what's going on. Oh, okay. No, I don't want the intro. Sorry about this. Right, okay, yeah. God damn it, this is loud. Yes, greetings and welcome, fellow passengers, to the stars. This is a new game that's, well, it's so new, it's not even out yet. This is just a tech demo of the game Starship Simulator. Now, I was just like browsing the internet earlier, just seeing what's out there, just going through YouTube, and I came across this game, and it looks pretty interesting as a Star Citizen player. Basically, I'm going to take that off so I can actually hear what I'm saying. Okay, so that is loud. Maybe I should turn the volume down. Yeah, so basically what this is, the author of this game puts it out as, okay, so what would you do if you was given the keys to a starship and just went out and explored the universe? Now, the idea of this game is that it's supposed to be a perpetual, a random generate. It is supposed to be a galaxy, our entire galaxy, millions of stars, procedurally. That's the word that I'm looking for. Procedurally generated universe where all the stars are supposed to have some sort of like life form or such, and you just go out and explore. There's no, and it's just a sandbox. And you can play the role as a captain, an engineer, or a navigator, or even a passenger. And to be perfectly honest, I kind of like the passenger idea. Just to be able to sit down to the side, put your back up, put your feet up, and let someone else do all the work as your starship just explores the universe. And yeah, it does seem like a pretty good idea. And eventually, this may even come to VR. And if it comes to VR, this looks like a really promising game, and I've got my hopes up. I really do have my hopes up. So hopefully we'll get something. Just turn this down. That is way loud. Hopefully I didn't say anything like that. But yeah. So firstly, what I'm going to do is let's just go into the training modules, just so I can know what's going on, because I haven't actually played this game. Well, I just delved into it for a couple of seconds whilst and I thought, yep, let's just go and play this. Let's just go and stream this, because this looks like it could be quite promising. Let's see what this does. So let's just do the training first.
Welcome to the Magellan class scanning and navigation training module. My name is Ava. I'm the UN Space Fleet's AI voice assistant. In this module, we will review the correct procedure for identifying targets of interest, and then navigating the ship to the desired location. To begin, proceed to the ship's bridge.
I'm never too sure if I'm
Place some
turning up or
waypoints
down
on your
the
HUD to help you
microphone
find your way.
or the volume on here. So just turn that up so you can make sure I hear me. Oh, there we go. Alright, okay. To begin your procedure, proceed to the bridge. I have placed some waypoints on your HUD and helps your outfit. Yeah, cool. Okay, so... Okay. Yeah, nice little light shadows, yep. I mean, this is a Kickstarter program, so it's not a AAA game or anything like that. It is done by a small team of a guy and his wife, as the only people I know. There might be a couple of other people that don't really fully know this, but yeah, this is an indie game. in development. And I mean, I'm kind
Welcome
of
to the bridge.
looking for
This is the ship's nerve center, where you have command and control over any ship system. Right now, this station is responsible for scanning space around the ship and highlighting any targets of interest for the command staff. Before we perform any scans, however, let's take a look at the different sensor modes available to us. The Galactic Position mode makes use of the standard UN Galactic Positioning System and simply shows us our location relative to the Milky Way galaxy. The Stellar Region mode employs the long-range sensors to detect information about star systems within a 50 light-year radius of the ship. The Star System mode uses the short-range sensors to provide a more detailed overview of the star system we are currently in, with a maximum range of about 1 light-year. Go ahead and press that button now. The range controls allow you to fine-tune the display range of the sensors, which makes it easier to focus on particular objects of interest, or to gain a high-level overview of the current star system. The central panel lists all of the valid objects in range, which you can click on to select as a target. Go ahead and click a few different targets. You'll notice that the Target Information panel displays more detailed information about your selected target. Once you are happy with your selection, press the Send to Helm button to make the target coordinates available to the Helm console for navigation.
Okay, well, seeing though that I was just listening to a HYF sci-fi story about some Venusians, let's go to Venus and have a little look at that.
Now head over to the Helm console and take a seat. From here, we will navigate the ship to your chosen target.
So where's the Helm console? Is this one the Helm console? Where?
Let's begin by taking a quick look at the various screens available to the helm. The left-hand display is dedicated to navigation and shows both the ship's current galactic position along with its target destination coordinates. The central display deals with the flight controls themselves, including the FTL system, sublight engines, and reaction control thrusters. The right-hand screen features the autopilot controls, toggles for the 3D target indicators, and the ship's navigation lights. Okay, let's retrieve the target information from the sensors by pressing the Use Sensor Target button on the navigation panel. Your target coordinates should now be displayed in this box, which represents your current nav target. The galactic coordinates represent the target's position in the galaxy to the nearest whole light year. The coordinates are relative to the center of our galaxy, the supermassive black hole known as Sagittarius A star. The local coordinates represent the target's position within a star system. The coordinates are relative to the system's center of gravity, which is usually a star, or the barycenter in multi-star systems. While it is possible to fly the ship manually to any location in the galaxy, let's engage the autopilot for now, so that I can take care of that for you. Go ahead and press the highlighted button on the right-hand. The ship will now automatically turn to face the current nav target, but you will need to manually engage the FTL system in order for us to get underway. You can now engage the FTL. While the autopilot is engaged, I will manage the ship's speed and final approach to the target coordinates, so just sit back and enjoy the ride. The FTL system works by compressing space ahead of the ship and then expanding it behind, creating a bubble of warped space with the ship at its center. The compressed space amplifies the ship's current velocity by a factor of the FTL field strength, so the ship's sublight engines are still used to provide the required thrust. The maximum speed of the ship is therefore a combination of the FTL field strength and the thrust output of the sublight engines. For the Magellan class, this is approximately 300 light-years per hour. Okay, it looks like we have arrived at the target coordinates. Now that we've seen what the ship can do over a relatively short distance, let's pick a target that's much further away. Head on over to the sensors console again and take a seat. This time we're going to use the long-range sensors. Go ahead and press the Stellar Region button to view. As before, you can use the display range buttons to increase or reduce the number of displayed objects, depending on your needs. If you click between a few of the objects in range, you'll notice that none of them have any detailed information yet. This is because a sensor scan is required. Let's take a closer look at our nearest neighbor. Click on Alpha Centauri and then click the Scan Target button. You'll notice that the Target Information panel now gives us a high-level overview of the targeted system, including important data points, such as the extent of the habitable zone. This information can be used to determine if a star system is worth closer inspection. For example, if a planet exists in the habitable zone, you'll need to use the short-range sensors from within the system itself to determine if that planet can truly support life. Select one of the planets in the system that you'd like to take a closer look at, and then press center helm as we did before.
Okay, so let's see. Main sequence star system with average temperature of our the star system habitable zone exists from 0. Can I zoom in? 0.56 AU to 0. Something. 0.6. So let's say terrestrial planet. Let's go to that one because that's inside the habitable zone.
Now return to the helm console and take a seat once again. Press the Use Sensor Target button again on the navigation panel. Now engage the autopilot again to orient the ship to the new... And now, engage the FTL system so we can get underway.
Oh, so we're going to fly through a planet.
Our previous journey was merely interplanetary, but we're now leaving the Sol system behind and entering interstellar space.
Oh.
The Milky Way galaxy is a vast and mysterious place, where even light takes over 4 years to reach our nearest stellar neighbor. Thanks to recent breakthroughs in FTL technology, however, we can now make that same journey in around 1 minute. Even so, at our maximum speed of 300 light-years per hour, it will still take over 2 full weeks to fly from one side of the galaxy to the other. That's a distance in excess of 100,000 light-years. Our galaxy contains hundreds of billions of star systems that are waiting to be explored, in addition to countless other stellar phenomena that we don't even have names for yet. This ship and her crew are tasked with exploring distant new worlds, seeking out new life in all of its diversity, and making peaceful first contact with any intelligent species that are encountered along the way. The galaxy can also be a dangerous and unforgiving place, so as we tread cautiously into the unknown, we should remain mindful of any potential dangers lurking in the dark. We're not far from our destination now, so sit back and enjoy the view while I handle the final approach.
Looks like we're at the star system. I'm coming up to the planet now. Do I need to worry about slowing down and inertia? If I did, I'd probably be a blood spatter at that wall over there.
Okay, here we are.
Cool.
You are now looking at an entirely new world, bathed in the light of another star. At this distance, our home is now just another point of light in the darkness of space. Does life exist here? What new things can we discover on this world? These are the questions that this ship was designed to answer. This concludes the scanning and navigation training module. You are free to continue exploring if you wish, but please be aware that your progress will not be saved. Thank you, and goodbye.
Okay, so let's have a little look-see. Well, okay, now I know how to zoom. Right, galactic position, mode 5, stellar region, star system, planetary system, focus targets. Sensor range, stellar region, star system mode, terrestrial planet. Okay, so let's have a quick look around here. What else we got? I think this is the captain's desk. Oh, condition yellow. Red alert. Emergency lighting. Oh, WIP means work in progress. And disco mode. Doing, doing, doing. Hey! Nice. Gotta have a disco mode. An alien virus. So this is when an alien virus takes over. Okay, cool. Condition normal. Let's have a, what have we got over here? Work in progress. We got, well, those are work in progress. We've got raise shields, lower shields. Okay, so that's shields, weapons, captain's chair, first officer. Yeah, and we don't know what's going for that one. So let me just make sure that I can still. Yeah, okay, so that's all good. Just making sure that. Okay, what else have we got here? Oh, I'm getting serious Star Citizen vibes here. Armory. Okay. So let's try turning it on. More. The only reason why the lights are not turned on. Okay, I'm not going to stay in here. I'm guessing there's not really supposed to be. Oh, captain's quarters, captain's office. Okay, got captain's office. Okay, don't. Okay, that's. Oh, what have we got? Lock temperature. Is the temperature really 5,500 degrees Kelvin? Well, that's a little bit hot. What was this? They said this was conference room. Yeah, that's where we started. What have we got? Exo office. What exactly is an exo? But it looks very much like the captain's office. Probably senior officer. What's this? Bulkhead. Okay, so looks like this is just rest and relaxation. Ten forward, basically. 10 forwards. No bar. Oh, no, there is a bar. Yep. I was just about to say no ship is ever complete without a full liquor bar, and we've got the bar here, so yep, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Well, we got down here. Ooh. Yeah, I guess in this. That made me jump. Don't worry, I just walked through our food supplies. Okay, what have we got? Disruptor VIP. Disruptor VIP. Okay, quadrant. Okay, so that's basically testing engineering. So that's more of engineering gameplay. There's supposed to be engineering gameplay in this as well. And yeah, I don't know what's going on here. And that's toilets, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay, so a lot of work needs to be done on here. But what have we got down here? Firstly, work in progress lift. Okay, so that's the turbo lift. Stateroom, bathroom, galley, kitchen, data center. Okay. Yeah, again, work rooms with no light. Yeah, this is seriously not any development yet, but. Oh. Okay, so this is more or less the engineering. There's supposed to be a heck of a lot to go with engineering, such as like everything is all powered in, connected. So if there is like a an impact on some part of the ship and it disrupts the flow of coolant or flow of electricity, then it can disable parts of the ship, like lighting and so on and so forth. But yeah. Okay, let's go. Oh, did I go down there? I'm sure I went down there. Yep, there's nothing down there. Does that lift follow me? Yeah, maybe. Right, okay, so I am just going to set this to go somewhere very far. So what have we got here? Stellar. 50 light years. All 359. So let's go something a little bit farther. Epsilon India. Okay, Epsilon India. Okay. The star habitable zone exists between 0.29 AU and 0.14 AU, so 0.29. So, and 51 AU. So we've got this as a terrestrial planet. Let's go. Okay. Send target to helm. Yeah, so we're going to from there to there. Okay, use auto navigation. Is this because the shields are up? Oh, okay. So it is because the shields are up. Use sensor target. Okay, because I didn't use sensor target. Let's see what we got. Okay. It's powering up. Okay. Okay, that will take us a little bit of time to get there. I think it is moving. But yeah, around about 2 minutes. 2 minutes to have another little look around and see if there's anything that I need to look at. Oh, science labs. Habitation upper. What else have we got? Habitation lower. Deck F. Engineering. Engineering is always right down at the bottom. Port battery array. Yeah, so this is the engineering gameplay. This is going to be massive because it is very complicated by the looks of it, and if you're going to be an engineer you're going to need to take a master's degree once they actually install the batteries in here, that is. What's that? Yeah, as you can see, this is still kind of base. When I say basic, I mean it has a lot needs to be put in, but yeah, it looks like they are doing some decent work in here for the moment. Right, how do I get back out of here? Right, I want to have a little look at the habitation bay. Okay, so empty dark rooms. Yeah, empty dark rooms. More empty dark rooms. Yeah, I'm sure they'll give them a little bit of light once it comes up. We should be arriving anytime soon, so let's start heading back up. I called it. Well, now look at that planet. If only we can go and land. Can we land? Let's engage. Star system. Okay. Let's see what we can do if we scan it. And I'm stuck. There we go. I'm stuck. Basically, yeah, star system. 1 AU. Earth-like terrestrial planet. Scan target. Okay, right. I think we're done with this. Quit. What's emergency teleport? Okay, let's return back to main menu. Now there was one more training before we go on to the main class. Engineering cold start sequence. Okay, so let's see what the engineering is all about. Okay, so we've done scanning and navigation. We know how to do that. Now let's have a little look at the engineering. Oh, lights are.
Welcome to the Magellan-class Cold Start training module. My name is Ava. I'm the UN Space Fleet's AI voice assistant. In this module, we will review the correct procedure for starting up the ship's fusion reactor and then supplying power to the vessel. The ship is currently in a cold and dark state, so for your safety, I have taken the liberty of turning on your torch for you. To begin,
Hello for off the reactor.
as you can see, the reactor is offline and none of the ship's systems are powered. Our first task is to provide power to the engineering decks, so let's make our way to the start capacitor's room. Follow the waypoints on your HUD to the startup distributor. As its name suggests, the startup distributor routes energy from the start capacitors to the engineering decks, and also provides the reactor with the power it needs to create the initial fusion reaction. You'll notice the device is already powered because the start capacitors are fully charged. Let's go ahead and get some lights on by connecting all of the breakers. Start with the G-deck breakers, as indicated. And now the F-deck breakers. And finally, the reactor supply itself. Excellent. Now we can see what we're doing. You can go ahead and turn off your torch by pressing T. The reactor controls should now be online, so let's walk back to the reactor room and take a look. This console displays the reactor's vital information and provides you with full control over the reactor and its subsystems. On the left-hand side, we have the coolant section, which shows the liquid helium coolant flow and the condition of the magnetic field coils. On the right-hand side, we have the electrical section, which shows the reactor's main electrical bus, along with its input and output feeds. In the center, we have the reactor's main display, where we can control the fusion reaction itself. As you can see from all of these alarms, it would be impossible to initiate a stable fusion reaction under the current conditions, so let's fix that. The first thing we need to do is supply power to the reactor's internal bus. So great! Now that the reactor has power, we can activate the vacuum pump to start purging the confinement chamber. The chamber pressure should now be dropping. To sustain a fusion reaction, we need an internal pressure of less than 10 nanopascals. While we wait for the confinement chamber to reach its target pressure, let's take care of the reactor's fuel and coolant supplies. Exit the reactor room via the door behind you, and follow the waypoints on your HUD to the cryogenic storage room. These storage tanks hold all of the cryogenic fluids that are used to both fuel and cool the reactor. All 4 tanks are currently empty, so our first task is to begin the filling process. Let's start with the helium coolant. Head behind the storage tanks to access the helium cryo cooler. The cryo coolers use a process called magnetic refrigeration to convert gas into a cryogenic fluid, before pumping it into the connected storage tank. Start up the helium cryo cooler now by using the indicated control on it. Excellent. Now if you turn around, you'll find the helium refill valve located on the back wall. These valves control the flow of gases harvested by the ship's gas collection hardware, which is located on the underside of the forward hull. Go ahead and open the helium. If you turn around again and inspect the display screen connected to the helium tank, you should be able to confirm that the tank is now filling with fluid. We now need to perform the same sequence of events for the other 3 tanks. Helium-3 is the first of 2 fuels used in the fusion reaction. As before, power up the device using its user interface.
I missed. Oh. Yeah.
And now open the helium-3 refill valve behind you to start filling its associated tank. Next, we need to start filling the 2 deuterium tanks, so let's head over to the other side of the room.
Oh. I'm sure I might have messed up there, so if the ship explodes, I do apologize.
Also known as heavy hydrogen, is the second of the 2 fusion fuels. We store double the amount of deuterium compared to helium-3, because deuterium also fuels the reactor's neutral beam injectors. As before, turn on the first deuterium cryocooler.
Oh, yeah.
And now the first deuterium refill valve behind you. Next, turn on the second deuterium cryocooler. And now the second deuterium refill valve. Okay, perfect. All 4 storage tanks should now be filling with cryogenic fluids. For our next task, we now need to engage the cryo pumps in order to start supplying the reactor with everything it needs. Make your way around to the other side of the tanks and locate the deuterium tank outflow valve. Open the deuterium outflow valve to begin supplying fluid to its connected cryopump. Next, power on the pump itself using the button Excellent. That's half of the fuel mix taken care of. Now head over to the helium-3 tank outflow valve so we can complete the fuel supply. As before, begin by opening the helium-3 outflow valve. And now engage the helium-3. Perfect. All we have to do now is take care of the coolant flow. Head over to the helium tank outflow. Now open the helium outflow valve. And finally, power on the helium. There we go. The reactor is now being supplied with all the fuel and coolant it needs. Follow the waypoints back to the reactor room, where we have just a few more valves to open.
Yeah, before I do that, I want to double check to make sure that I haven't messed up, because there was... Okay, these are all open, so I'm sure that's good. Or are they supposed to be open, or are they supposed to be... Right, so these are all open. Right, let's open these as well. Okay. I guess.
To complete the coolant loop, open the helium inflow valve to start flowing coolant. Now make your way around to the opposite side of the reactor to complete the fuel supply process. First, open the deuterium inflow valve. And now open the helium-3 inflow valve. Okay, great. Let's head over to the reactor controls and take a look at the coolant display. As you can see, we now have coolant flowing into the reactor. This has begun the process of cooling down the magnetic field coils, which must reach temperatures below 20 Kelvin in order to become superconductive. Once the coils have reached their target... Okay, the temperatures look good. You can now power up the field coils. With a solid vacuum established, the field coils powered up, and fuel flowing into the reactor, you are now free to initiate the fusion reaction.
Okay, I was still worried that that was like flashing red, but okay, that seems to have gone. So, yeah.
Congratulations. You have now successfully started the fusion reactor. For safety, the reactor automatically starts up at only 10% of its rated power. This means high voltage systems, such as the FTL drive, will be underpowered until you increase the reactor output. Let's resolve that now. Increase the power level to 100% using the indicated controls. You'll notice that you can increase the power beyond 100%, but doing so for an extended period will overheat the reactor, causing damage and forcing an uncontrolled shutdown. Okay, we now need to provide power to the rest of the ship. With the reactor now powering itself, you can go ahead and switch the internal bus mode. Perfect. If we now head around to the opposite side of the reactor output distributor should now be powered up. This device distributes the reactor's output to the ship's high voltage systems, which are in fact the only systems powered directly by the reactor. The rest of the ship is powered by 48 individual battery arrays, which we now need to begin charging using the reactor's output. Go ahead and connect all 5 of the output breakers here.
That's what you get for doing things too early.
Excellent. If you turn to your left, you'll see the 5 high voltage distributors are now coming online. Head over to the main battery distributor. This device takes the high voltage reactor feed and distributes it to each of the 8 battery rooms on F-deck. Go ahead and connect all 8 output breakers. Perfect. The battery arrays should now be charging, but we should perform a visual inspection to make sure. Follow the waypoints on your HUD to port battery room 1.
So this is the main battery. But we don't... external feed. So I'm guessing if we got like a connected to a space station, that's external feed. And emergency solar array. I guess we don't have a solar array installed yet, so... Okay, and what have we got here? Reactor feed. These are all connected. Shield system, disruptor and shield systems. So that's feed. Shield generators, aft shield, forward shield generators, aft shield generators. And shield capacitors, basically. Okay. Right, capacitors. Okay. What have we got here? Distribution weapon systems. Distribute weapon systems. So we've got forward weapons, aft weapons, weapons array, and weapons aft weapons array capacitors. Okay. Sublight propulsion. We're going to want these, aren't we? No, we're going to want sublight propulsion. Okay, and reactor output distributor. So we've got sublight distributor, weapons shield distributor. Okay, yeah, this is what we were looking at earlier. Feeds, that goes up that way and then down it. So that's powering up and that's receiving from. Okay. So I'm guessing going up is sending power to, and receiving, going down is sending, yeah, receiving power from. Sorry, I'm mumbling away here as I'm just trying to get my analytical mind figuring everything out and overloading. Waypoint.
The electrical supply on Magellan-class starships is divided into 4 isolated quadrants: forward, aft, port, and starboard. For increased redundancy, each quadrant is powered by 2 physically isolated battery rooms just like this one. Should the battery arrays in one room cease to function for any reason, the arrays in the second room will continue providing power to that particular quadrant. Similarly, power to one quadrant can be lost entirely, without impacting the supply to the remaining 3 quadrants. Okay, let's take a look at one of the individual battery arrays.
Port battery array. Okay, so yeah. Oh. Okay, you want me to use that one? Battery
On the
array
left-hand side of the user interface, you have controls for managing the input and output breakers. And in the center, you have controls and information relating to this array's 10 solid-state battery cells. If we did everything correctly, all of the cells should now be slowly charging up. For the next step, we now need to connect each of the 8 battery rooms to the ship's electrical grid. This task will take us into the ship's labyrinth of maintenance tunnels, so be sure to watch your head. Follow the waypoints on your HUD to port battery aggregator 1. Each battery room has a corresponding battery aggregator, just like this one. These devices perform load balancing and also combine each room's 6 individual battery arrays into a single high-voltage feed. Go ahead and connect the... Okay, 1 down and 7 more to go. Next, head over to port battery aggregator 2. As before, connect this aggregator's output breaker. That takes care of the port battery rooms. Let's make our way to the forward quadrant next.
Speaking of power, my mouse has just lost power. Just bear with me 1 sec. There we go. Just connecting power to the battery, and the battery to the to the keyboard, to the fuck. And it doesn't want to work because it's not connecting. Oh dear, that's not good.
Go ahead and connect the output breaker.
Yeah, I would connect the output breaker, but my mouse has just completely run out of power. And I need to charge it up for a little bit. So, whilst we're testing this is one engineering to the other, a little bit meta here. So I've connected up the power to the mouse. The mouse battery is now charging a little bit. I have to give it a few seconds for it to reboot. Initiate the reboot. Where's the reboot button? There's the reboot button, and that's engaging the lower lower. We seem to have power to the mouse, but it's very low power and has to be constantly maintained. Okay, right. There we go. Oh, crying out loud, I got.
And the same again on forward battery aggregator 2.
Trying to be very careful not to knock the cable out the front of the mouse.
Okay, onwards to the starboard quadrant.
Oh, might have to play a game. Take a shot every time I lose power to the mouse.
Same again. Connect the output breaker. And the second starboard aggregator. Almost done. Just the aft quadrant to go. Connect up the first aft aggregator. And finally, the second aft aggregator. Okay, perfect. All 48 of the ship's battery arrays are now connected to the electrical grid. All we have to do now is supply power to the ship's remaining decks, and then perform a few cleanup tasks. We can do most of that from the reactor room, so let's head there now. Follow the waypoints on your HUD to the forward deck distributor. Each deck in a given quadrant is fed by a deck distributor, which takes the total electrical load of that quadrant, and then load balances it between the two connected battery aggregators. Go ahead and connect the output breakers for all 7 decks in this quadrant. Okay, now head over to the starboard deck distributor and do the same. And now the aft deck distributor. And finally, the port deck distributor. Perfect. All quadrants on every deck now have power available from the ship's main battery arrays. You'll notice, however, that the ship is still under emergency lighting conditions, because F and G decks are still using the start capacitor's supply. To resolve this, we simply have to switch the 4-quadrant distributors on F and G decks over to the main battery feed. Head over to the G deck forward quadrant distributor. Each deck has 4 of these devices, 1 for each quadrant. They are fed by the corresponding deck distributor. Go ahead and switch this quadrant over to... That's better. Now we can really see what we're doing. Now head over to the starboard quadrant distributor and do the same. And now the aft quadrant distributor. And finally, the port quadrant distributor. That's G deck taken care of. Let's do the same for F deck. Head upstairs to the F deck forward quadrant distributor. As before, switch this device over to the main battery feed. And now the same on the starboard quadrant distributor. And again on the aft quadrant distributor. And finally, the port quadrant distributor. Well done. That's the main objectives of the cold start procedure complete. But we have one final bonus task to perform. Follow the waypoints on your HUD up to the bridge.
Just a quick note for anyone that's gotten to this point and thinking, oh, this seems like a bit of a tedious task. Who really would want to do this? Because it seems a heck of a lot to remember and think about when you're trying to play a relaxing game. Yes, you can learn this and do all this by yourself, or you can ask an AI crew member to actually do it for you. So you don't have to play the role of an engineer if you don't want to. You can basically let AI do it, or when we get multiplayer in here, other people can do it that you don't want to. The idea is this spaceship will be run by a multiple crew of several people, whether they be real people or AI people. They can be, and if you don't want to do anything, like I said earlier, you can just be a passenger and let your AI crew do everything from like captain, scanning, engineering and everything. You don't have to do anything, but if you want to, the options are there to actually do it.
The lights and bridge systems are still turned off, so let's bring everything online. Head over to the A deck distributor in the engineering alcove. Now go ahead and turn on the bridge lighting.
Feed bridge lighting.
And now power up the bridge systems. Okay, there we go. You have successfully started the fusion reactor, routed power to all of the ship's decks, and brought the bridge online into a flight-ready state. This concludes the Magellan-class Cold Start training module. Good luck, and I hope you'll join me again in future training modules.
Okay. So that is kind of interesting. Hi, Zephyrus and Son, you alright? Can you fly the ship at the moment? Yes. Yes, you can fly the ship. It's got a seat here where you can act as the pilot. But the pilot gets information here from the scanner. So if I was to basically set the system to, let's say, Uranus, I'm going to Uranus. So I scan target to get information on there. and then send that to helm. Then the person in the pilot seat will basically you've got manual controls here, or you can use a target scanner, use sensor target scanner, and then engage autopilot, which, as you can see, it will try to adjust, and it uses, oh, where is it? Okay, let's just gauge FTL. And yeah, we fly straight through planets here, of course. Much better than Star Citizen. But yeah, not only do we have the one system here, we can actually, what is going on? We can expand to like stellar regions and go to different star systems up to like 50 light years away. So if I wanted to go to like Sirius B, I would scan the target for Sirius B. I can see from up here that it's got a habitable zone from 4.59 AU to 8.11 AU. So I look for a planet between there. We've got a terrestrial planet here. Oh, looks like we're at Uranus. Now, if we can only just probe Uranus, but unfortunately the probing is work in progress at the moment. So we can't probe Uranus just yet. Okay, so let's have a little look at what we've got here. Send to helm, terrestrial planet. Let's get the target sensor. Engage to autopilot. Full power to FTL systems. And yeah, we're navigating to that place. Yeah, this game is still in development at the moment. It's a Kickstarter program done by a couple of people, and I think they're doing a pretty decent job here. When you came in, you was just looking at me I was just having a look at the engineering gameplay, where there is lots of. It was quite complicated, but the fact is that you can have AI people doing everything you need instead. Let's have a little look around here. However, I think that I am done with the tutorials. So that's basically 10 forward. I said no ship is ever complete without a full liquor bar, and it's got one of those round here. Where's 10 forward? Forward, linguistics, port, oceanography. Ooh, oceanography. But yeah, a lot of things haven't actually been built or created yet, so a lot of the stuff is a work in progress. It will be a long time before this actually gets put out. Yeah, I want to see this. Honestly, oceanography. But yeah, and that would be cool when they actually make that. What have we got here? Distributors are sent to. Okay, so those are the spare ones. Yeah, I think that we're done with the test in here. I am going to start playing the main game soon, because I am lost. Cool. Emergency teleport. Oh yeah, here's 10 forward. Even though it's 10 forward, it's looking backwards. So it's 10 aft, 10 rear. And this lift likes to follow me up the ship. Eventually. So when I like looking at this door and this door opens, I got like real Star Citizen vibe when I first saw that. Just realised that it's just an empty room and they haven't, and I'm not going to be thrown out into the depths of space. Oh, Looks like we're coming up to a... Why is everything gone black? This isn't a black hole, is it? Hold on, let's see what's going on here. Ray shields. So just to let you know, what we've got down here, we've got some like condition normal, yellow alert, red alert, emergency lighting, alien virus mode, and of course your disco mode. Dun, dun. We've got to have your disco mode, especially when we're being sucked into a black hole like we are right now. Okay, let's see. Hey, it's Martin. You alright? How's it going? What's this about? It's a Kickstarter program that's currently in development. We're having a little look at this game. It's basically what would happen if you was given the keys to a starship and just allowed to explore the universe. It gets quite complicated from the engineering design of the actual spaceship, because the engineering is all really integrated and was quite detailed. If you had a little look back, you'll see how detailed that it got. But yeah, you can, when this game comes out, it will have like AI crew members, and you can such as like captain, scanner, pilot, and so on and so forth. Or you could even be a passenger and just let everyone else do everything. And if you just sit back and relax, and you can go into interstellar galactic fights, or just scan planets, or just go to new star systems. But basically it has the entire galaxy to explore, a procedurally generated galaxy, and you can explore all the star systems. And they're supposed to have some has life, some have aliens. But yeah, I've just been having a little look at the training, because those were the two training modules that we got, which was the bridge, scanning and navigation, and cold starting the spaceship. So let's see what a new game does. Magellan class. Crew complement, fully crewed, and that is loud! God damn it, that is loud. God damn, that music's loud. Ow. Ow. Eventually, it will be multiplayer. If you ever played like Pulsar, The Lost Colony, or even Star Citizen, yeah, you will have several positions, such as like captain, etc., etc., etc. And you can take the role of any one of those, or any of your other crew members that you bring in as multiplayer. Or if you don't want to do anything like that, you can just let AI fully crew the ship for you and let them take over. So any position you don't have fulfilled, you can let an AI crew member take off, because they're supposed to be able to do everything for you. And I want to play the role of a passenger. Sit back and do nothing. But yeah, this is still in development here. So let's see, UNSF Magellan. So that's where we are in the start. Actually, that's not really where we are. We're more near to the edge. But yeah. So firstly, let's okay. We can either scan our system. We're currently in the Sol system here. Star system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, or Uranus. So we was just probing Uranus a few moments ago. So we go for stellar. We can then look at different solar systems. The idea is you pick a star system, any star system. Let's say Epsilon Indra. Okay, scan the target. From here, it's got a habitable zone between 0.38 AU and 0.67. So let's find a 0.38, and Okay, so we've got a terrestrial planet here. Send that to Helm. Okay. And here, so each one of these dots in the sky is an actual star that you can travel to. It is quite amazing. It is really quite big. It is a large procedural galaxy, basically, that you just explore around in. And there's a plan to get things like alien civilizations in here. And what I need to do, use sensor target. So this is basically galactic coordinates aligned to the galactic claw, and also local units in kilometers aligned to the local solar system center of mass, where it be the sun, binary star system, or black hole, or whatever. Engage, we just move around. We can control it manually, but I'd rather do it automatically because I'm lazy and I don't want to do anything. Let's engage FTL. Full power to engines. Let's have a look. Now, I'm sure that I put camera mode first person. I'm sure that we're supposed to have. Okay, flying Europilot. Sure, we're supposed to have some way of getting crew members in here, but I'm not sure if they're actually in the game yet. Oh, captain's quarters. I don't think there's anything else. This seems to be pretty empty at the moment. Oh yeah, a full liquor bar. No ship is ever complete without a full liquor bar. Yeah, of course we love to store our food and vegetables all over the floor like that. What you said? Could you use the UEVR on it? Eventually this game will be a VR game, and I've lost my sense of direction. Yeah, they will. They have actually said they intend to add VR support onto this game later. I haven't actually tried using UEVR. This is a Steam game rather than Unreal. Sorry, a Steam game rather than Unreal. What am I looking at? Yeah, Epic Launcher. Sorry, forgot my names for a sec there. Get rid of the blueprints. But you can see a lot of stuff is work in progress. WIP, work in progress for stuff. But there doesn't seem to be anyone around. Let's go down to crew quarters. Science labs. Yeah. Habitation upper. Anyone around in habitation? Yeah. They've heard from us. I think I've really done this thing to dust actually. Okay, let's see what happens if I disconnect. See if an engineer comes out and fixes it. No? Okay. Okay, I'll reattach the battery. But yeah, very early days here. Very early days. Still, all the rooms are not powered on or got anything in there. But it does look like it's a promising game. Oh, what have we got here? Yeah, I should try it. I will definitely give it a little shot, see if it works. Because I think this game would actually be quite awesome in VR. Oh, I'm just getting loads of notifications. Oh, sounds like we are there. Oh, it sounds like we are at the location. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is just a demo. You can play this straight from the Steam library for free at the moment. It just gives you a little exploration, a little bit of engineering. Kind of gives me a clue as to how engineering will play. Oh, there we go. So we are at a new system. needs to have proper control. Yeah, we do have proper controls. Let's just see what happens if I fly in a random direction. See you, Zephyr. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us. Because basically each one of these dots is supposed to represent an actual star, except for that dot in the center. No, that's my 0. But yeah, I think I've actually done everything that I need to do in here. Turn to game customer characters, customize ship. What we got for character? Country, United Kingdom. Let's have a little look at what's going. Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere there. Sorry, just bear with me just one sec. Discord, what's going on? What keeps beeping me? Alright. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it quits at this because, yeah, it looks like I've pretty much done everything that I need to do on here. Well, guys, so thanks very much for joining me on this little adventure. Exit to desktop. Oh, sorry. But yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've done in playing this. This game does actually look pretty interesting. I do hope that the developers, the actual developer, really brings this out, because it does look like it could be quite a cool game when it comes out. If you like, you can just get it there up on Steam. It is there. It's a free game, free demo. Play around, give it a try, see what you think. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I've done in playing this. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys out there.